Hello, this is the monthly profit loss report for me being a full-time artist, but this month I'm rolling September and October together because I got COVID at the end of September and I've kind of only managed 4 weeks of actual proper work. The first couple of weeks of September were great. I had planned everything out and I was sticking to my schedule and doing things properly, and then I got sick. Took a couple of weeks out, and then I've been playing catch up for the past few weeks of that. So this one time, 2 months. Anyway, enough of that. If you've not been here before, I used to do these monthly profit loss things as blog posts, and I thought I'd try them as video instead, and this is the first one. Since I last did these, I've also set myself goals with little milestones, so I thought it would be handy to compare what my goals are with what actually happened. So goals first. 1. Digital, and at the moment that's only NFTs. I'm not releasing NFTs monthly, so this is supposed to be an income spread out over the next few months, and the goal is £3,000 per month on average. YouTube is £1,000 per month, so I'm aiming high with that. Prints are also £1,000 per month. Penplots 800, and finally FX text, and I'll explain that in a moment, at £200. So that all adds up to a goal of £6,000 per month. So let's see how we did. And we'll start with the short version, and if you want to stick around for more insights and more of my thinking about each of those areas, then you can do that in the long version at the end. So, income. Digital NFTs was around 6,000. YouTube, an estimated 22 pence. Prints, £73, and Penplots, £343. FX text, £41.65, for a grand total of £6,457.87. Expenses. Getting prints done, I spent £1,597.36 on getting some done, and postage for sending plots out that I sold was £160 roughly. Wages, me as an artist, £2,400, and that was pretty much for expenses, or at least the ones I made a note of, giving me as a business a profit of £2,460, 51 pence, give or take the roundings for the NFTs right at the start. The next 2 months will probably not be that at all. I'm going to be making a lot less, but there we are. That's my profit loss for September/October. Let's dig into more details in the long version. Okay, let's look again at the goals versus reality of what actually happened, and then a breakdown of each one. First up, the digital NFT stuff. The bulk of that came from the secondary sales of my 80s pop NFT drop on Art Blocks, which I've covered in previous videos. It pulled in around £60,000 less after all the expenses I had. What happened when a project sells out is that people who missed it buy some off the secondary market, and people who are hoping to get a piece that looked a certain way but didn't may sell their piece and then try to buy a different one. It's a bit like in the playground when everyone's bought those football or soccer trading cards, and then they all open the packs and swap looking for the ones that they want. Only in this case you're kind of buying and selling the ones. So there's this big kind of churn straight away after a project drops, and I as the artist get 5% of all of those secondary sales. But that immediate churning is just kind of is a one-time thing. There will be more secondary sales and runs on the project, but for the moment though, that's it for a chunk of cash in one go. And that immediate secondary churn seems to be around 10% of the whole project, or at least that's what it was for me anyway. So that was the £6,000, which is super handy. It's not going to happen again for the next month or the month after, or in fact until I release a new project. What it does though is go right back into the business of me being an artist, which brings me onto YouTube. This, with its estimated 22 pence income. I finally got to make the video I've been wanting to make for ages, the what is generative art video. If I look at it from a pure cost point of view, that took me about 2 weeks to put together, along with all the normal admin and the rest of the stuff going on. So in theory, if I take my wages into account, it cost me £1,200 to make that video for a 22 pence income. Or I could have spent that time doing something else to get more short-term income back in. But there's a couple of things going on there. The first is that it's my personal belief, for just myself, is that people buying my work aren't just buying the end piece, but they're also paying for me to be able to take time to make useful videos around the subject, around my work, around the whole topic, so I can make educational videos, tutorial videos that will help other people, because I have that support of people who will support me. The hope is that at some point YouTube becomes self-sustaining. In a boring business sense, there are three types of videos. There's evergreen content, which is what is generative art, that video, or what is long form generative art, or the pen plotting tutorials. They're supposed to be around all the time and slow burning for people who are searching for answers to find. And if I need, I can update them on a yearly basis. The second type is these. They're more transient. This won't be relevant in 6 months' time, but may be interesting to people right now. But more importantly, you may like the format of this video and stick around to follow what I do as an artist. So in very basic terms, this would be my branding videos. I am the brand. Anyway. And the third kind of video is the kind of viral ones, but not really, where I'm seizing a moment. For example, the midjourney videos I've done, and I'll be doing more, I've noticed people are super interested in the subject of AI art and asking the same questions. They kept popping up all the time, and I happen to know the answer. So making short videos that answer those questions made a lot of sense. So that's a little bit of chasing the zeitgeist to reach a new audience. And those videos do a lot better than these ones, but they're not my main content. So that gives us evergreen videos, so tutorials and guides, reach videos, the zeitgeisty virally ones, and they're both about expanding the audience, and then these transient / like branding videos, like these vlogs, which I love doing, where people hopefully enjoy them and stick around. The gamble is that if I can keep consistently producing a mix of those videos, that I can make them helpful and interesting enough that they have value to enough people that I'll be able to grow this channel. The time I'm investing now, I'm hoping will pay off later, and the money I'm making from NFTs goes right back into this kind of thing, supporting this. So, next month, let's aim for more than 22 pence from YouTube. Okay, prints next. I've already talked quite a bit, and I'll try to make this one quick, and some of this applies to both the pen plotting and the prints. In my morning tasks, I have several which are along the lines of keep the online shop stocked with things for people to buy, and that includes taking photos of them, posting them to Instagram and Twitter and so on, which all takes time. But unsurprisingly, when I put that effort in, I do sell things. And when I sit around and I don't add anything new and I don't talk about it, I don't sell things. Like, amazing, right? It would have made sense for me to have put some things into the shop before making this video so I can point to it, but I didn't because I'm still playing catch up with this cough as well. However, a couple of things. One is that I sell prints, the NFTs. So somebody owns an NFT, they can also buy a print of it. But when I'm developing a project, you end up with lots of test outputs, often right before it's launched. And some of those I really like, so I hold on to them. Generally, we call these out-of-band outputs. They're not part of the final set, and you don't keep endlessly producing them after you finish the project, but you do have a nice little stockpile of really good ones. And I've thought for a long time that my shop would look a lot better if I had a range of hand-selected one-off prints already available, ones that I think people might like. And for that to happen, I need to order the prints up front so I can take photos of them, sign them, and put them into the shop. Not all of them will sell, but visually I want them in the shop so people can come and see them all there. And I could use mock-ups and only print when somebody buys it, which is cheaper, of course, but I don't really like it when somebody orders a print, it can arrive and then have a small little fault with it, so then I need to return it and then get a new one and then wait for it to arrive. and that all causes me quite a lot of stress, all that back and forth time. So I like to have all the stuff in stock on hand, so if somebody buys one, I can send it out the next day. Actually, I send things out on Tuesdays and Thursdays to keep myself sane. Anyway, it's an upfront cost, but like I said, I can take photos of them. If I post a couple a week to social media, that's content for the algorithm for months ahead. Depending on the size of a print, it can cost me between 15 all the way up to 60-70 pounds for one. Sending a print costs on average about £30. I guess I'll make a video about pricing prints and pen plots to go into all that in more detail, but the short is that overall I make a profit of about £50 on a print and £100 on a pen plot, meaning to hit my goals, and these are aspirational goals, I'll need to sell around 20 prints a month and about 8 pen plots a month. I don't think I can sell 20 prints a month yet. I'm just doing NFT prints at the moment, but I'm hoping to do more with prints next year, which may move us close to that target. If I hustle, then 8 pen plots a month seems doable. I've done it in the past and it was fine. The last quick one, I swear, is FX Text. Now, over on the NFT art platform fxhash, they have an area for articles, which you can sell articles just the same as you can your art. They often sell for 1 Tezos, which is around £1.20. I decided that on my evergreen YouTube videos, the tutorials and the things like that, they'll also do a text-based version that people could buy as kind of a tip or a thank you. A slightly easier way of doing Patreon, I think. And if I got to the point where I was doing 2 or 3 guide videos a month and 100 people all kindly, as a thank you, bought a copy of the article, that would be just over like £200 to £300 a month, which, you know, helps to cover the cost of making these videos just a little bit. And as we saw this month, I made more money from people buying a £1.20 article than I did from all of the YouTube monetization. I'm hoping that switches around at some point. And there we have it, the profit loss for the last couple of months. I'm certainly not going to get my act together enough this month to put more things into the shop, which is the prime Christmas shopping period, which probably means I'm totally going to miss that window. And then we have slow months until March, but we'll see how it goes. And now, onto the outro. I made the profit loss blog post and now these videos because when I started being a full-time artist, I think I would have liked to have seen these kind of videos that I could have watched to make me not feel so bad about how I was doing, seeing somebody else do similar things but perhaps in a different way, or even just something where I could go, oh, my prices are too high or too low or something. So just putting another data point out as a full-time artist, or even fun just to watch the progress of an artist either make it or crash and burn. Let's hope not. Anyway, I won't take up any more of your time. Like, subscribe, all of that kind of stuff. Subscribe. Just subscribe. Don't think you're supposed to do it like that. Anyway, I will see you next time.